Good morning, everyone. How are we this morning? It is Friday. All right. Hello and welcome. I am just going to give a couple minutes as I pop up into some feeds. And I hope you guys are having a good Friday so far. You have landed on Sue's Paper Creations, and it is time to have a cuppa. It is time to create, and it is time to connect. It is Friday morning, so hello and good morning, Gail. It's always great on Friday because we get a chance to, everyone has a little visit, a little chat in the feed there. We're going to create a really quick and easy card layout. I'm actually going to make a few cards today. Yes, happy Friday. It is Friday. And I must say, Erin, we got another beautiful day here in Victoria, don't we? We're pretty lucky. So today I'm going to be using a layout that I am calling 5, 3, and 1. And you will see why in a few minutes. It's going to be such an awesome way to use up all your scraps, and you're going to be able to make a lot of cards really quick. So I'm excited to share this with you. I did see a card posted somewhere on social media where just the layout reminded me of, made me think of this idea because of the way that the card had something of 5 on it, something of 3, and something of 1. You guys, it'll all make sense in a bit once we get going here. Thank you for joining me a little bit later this morning. I usually come on here at 8 a.m. But yes, I had someone working out because this is our craft room, but we also have a Peloton in it, and so it's also our workout room. So I just couldn't go live with someone like pedaling like crazy right beside me this morning. So I wanted to wait till Lance was finished, and here we are. Okay. It gave you another option to have another cup of coffee, right? Okay. So I am going to head on down to my workspace. We are going to use a few different bundles today, some punches, some dies, lots of scrap pieces of paper. And like I said, quick and easy way to make cards using up your scraps, turning scraps into beautiful things, which we love. And I'm glad that you're here. So welcome. I am coming to you from Victoria, BC, British Columbia. My name is Sue Phillip, and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. In Victoria, BC. We are on the west coast of Canada on Vancouver Island, where today, January the 17th, it is crisp. We have some frost this morning, but it is clear and it's supposed to be sunny, a beautiful day. And well, it's also my brother's birthday, so happy birthday. To shout out to my brother. And we're gonna get started. Are we ready? Let's do it. Okay, so today's theme, crisp white card bases. Okay, crisp white card bases is what we're going to be doing. Now let me see. It looks like I am frozen. Let me see. Howling wind. That is not good. I'm just going to get rid of a couple things here, hopefully. Let's see. Okay, I am up and going again. For a minute, I was frozen, so I hope I'm not frozen for you guys. By the sounds of it, yes, there is a little bit of chill happening, howling winds across Canada. I was talking to a couple ladies yesterday, and they had dumpings of snow. We are not there yet. We will see. We're supposed to, dip down this week. We'll see what happens if we get some of the white stuff or not. Don't know. You never know in BC. Okay. So white crisp backdrops. We are going to use up some scraps. And I am just going to jump into what I am calling a 5, 3, 1 layout. Are we ready? This is where the number factor comes into play. Okay. So I am going to start with, and like I said, I hope Is anyone having problems with my screen freezing or a little bit glitchy this morning? Nope, all good here. That's good. As long as you guys are good, I'm good. So I'm going to start with some pieces of, I'm going to cut down to 3/4 of an inch wide. Okay. And then I'm just going to cut some chunks. I'm just going to cut strips off of here. I'm going to do, let's do 2 3/4. That sounds like a good measurement. So I am going to cut a couple in green. I am going to cut pieces that will coordinate. So you may recognize, if you've been watching my lives, you may recognize some of these scraps that I'm using this morning because some of them were leftovers on my workspace from lives that I've done this week and cards that I've made. So I'm going to use, let's see, how wide is this one? Oh, this is perfect. Perfect width, 3/4 of an inch. So 3/4 of an inch strips. Now, this measurement does not have to be the same for all your cards. I'm just going with a fun little layout that is going to use 5 of one thing, 3 of another, and then 1. Okay, you'll see. We're going to grab a white. This is going to come into play. Look at these cute papers. These are from Meant to Be, which is actually in the scrapbooking brochure, which is crazy. They have amazing papers in there and some dies. Just going to take a sip of my cup of goodness. What is everyone having this morning for a beverage? Now I'm going to show you mine. You have to guess what is in my mug, okay? If you can guess what is in here, let's see. The first person who can kind of guess what is in here, I'm going to send you out a prize, all right? Are you ready for it? Here it is. It's a different little concoction here. I'll swirl it around a bit, okay? And let's see if anyone can guess what is in here, okay? Water, tea. There's water in there, definitely, but there's some other stuff. It's not a coffee and it's not tea. I'm just going to leave it at that and see what you guys come up with. Okay. In the meantime, I'm going to create. So I'm going to take some leftovers, and this is what I love to do because I always end up with bits and pieces that are, Pat. Oh my goodness, you got it. There's turmeric in that mug. Yes, there is. Okay, Pat, I'm sending you out something special. I'm putting something. Is it diluted ink? Oh, that's a good one. Pat, I'm putting something special in your package that you'll pick up, okay? It is, would guess honey and turmeric. Pat guessed the turmeric. It is turmeric and cinnamon. Turmeric and cinnamon is what is in there. I'm adding just a little bit of background fun. You might think this might give you a clue of what I might be using on this card. Okay, but it is turmeric and it is cinnamon because that is supposed to be amazing for helping your body so that you don't get, cut down on inflammation, all that sort of stuff. So I've started this routine and we'll see what happens. I'll keep you posted. All right, so we've got just a little bit of background noise. Now this is where our little 3-2-1 is going, or our 5-3-1 is going to have some fun here. So I'm going to take 5 strips, and you could have them straight. You could have them on an angle. I'm going to angle them up a little bit, and I'm going to add a little blue in here. Or maybe I'll put them, I could have them straight like this. That actually looks quite cool, doesn't it? I'm going to go with that. I love that. Just like that, easy. Look at how those strips of paper turned into something beautiful, right? 1 bee, oh no, 3 bees. You got it. You got the theme. Okay, 3 bees. These are So I'm putting my liquid glue. I'm not committing to pushing them down yet because I want to be able to move them around a little bit if I need to. But it is amazing how some coordinating strips of paper, 3/4 of an inch by 2 3/4, can look so pretty when you line them up, space them out. Now, there's adorable pattern on this other side. Because I am going to be pulling in 3 of something, I don't want to take away, and I want to have patterns that are, I mean, they go together. I won't say they're neutral, but they're kind of more solid. Like this just has the green on it. This is sticking to blues, pinks, and the little flowers. I'm going to press these down because those look good. Okay. And, oh my gosh, I love that. I love that. I'm going to be making so many of just this little layout because it's so pretty. Okay, so there is our 5 factor, okay? So we're going with factors of 5, 3, and 1. Okay, so there's our 5. We're ready. We're bringing in. Here they come. We're going to put 3 little happy bees. These 2 are hanging out together. This one's tagging along behind. We got a little 3 factor. Now these guys, they can go off the grid. Isn't that cute? There's our 3 factor. So we got 5, we got 3. What do we think so far? So cute, right? So it doesn't matter what your 3 are. This is just so fun to use up your scraps in a super easy way. We always have those 1 inch, 1/2 inch, in this case, 3/4 of an inch, depending on how you cut down your papers, right? We have all these scraps just laying around. Now this is just the first one. I'm going to do a few of these 5-3-1s because I want you to see how different they can look, but you're doing kind of using the same factor, right? So there's our 5 strips, there's our 3 bees, and our 1 is going to be our greeting, and 1 fun little greeting. So for this one, because I did have this out before when we made our happy little bee card the other day, I'm going to use this one. You're as sweet as honey, and I'm going to put that as my greeting. We're going to add that onto the card. So cute. Now I could put, it's still a 1 factor because I would put 1 greeting. I could either pop it up or I could just stamp it down here. Okay, I am going to lay this over top. You're going to tell me what you think, whether I should just stamp it right on the base. I think that might look, it might work a little bit easier for this card because then you're not covering up the bees. But chime in, let me know what you think. Okay. All right. I'm going to just chop this down. I need my little tiny chopper near me instead of this big one. Okay, let's see how I did with my chopping. So I could pop it down like here. Actually, that works pretty good. Or I could just stamp it right on there, right? But I do, actually that looks okay. I'm just going to chop the edge a little bit. I have to get my little cutter. Okay, so let's get our little cutter, and we're going to just trim down the edges, and that way it doesn't bump into the bee. We don't want it to bump into the bee, and we're going to pop it. We're going to put it over to the edge. Actually, that looks really good. We're going to go with that. Okay. I want to try to make cards. So this is the first video I'm watching how it is done. Oh, Catherine, you have entered a pretty amazing little community here. Well, we're growing. We're not so little anymore, but so welcome. And you are watching the right day because we are just using scraps to make some really cute, adorable cards. And like I said, if you've got 5 pieces of scraps, 3 of something, I'm going to run through a bunch of options and I think you're going to love them. Now, the last little bit to this card is we have to have a little bit of sparkle or a little bit of confetti or fun, right? We just do on each card. So I did pop out some of, this is again from the Meant to Be. I did punch out a few little flowers. You could do sequins if you wanted. Instead of sequins, I think I'm going to do flowers because I think that it goes well with these little flowers of the same design. And instead I will put some little embellishments in the center of the flowers. So we'll do those little tiny flowers instead, I think, because they're pretty, aren't they? And I'm doing them in, I'm going to add one here. Where did I go? One here, and I can cross over those pieces of paper, which, you know, we don't want to stay within the lines. That's just a fun background, but we want to add a little bit to it. So instead of sequins or embellishments, I think I'm going to add those embellishments. I'm sure I can find some embellishments that will look fabulous right in the center of here. Okay, there we go. So there is our flowers. It is so cute, hey, and simple. So that's what today is about. Friday mornings, I think, is a good day to make something simple and a layout, but you can mass produce. Like if you wanted to, you can make a lot of this layout. So let's get some embellishments and see what I've got. Now I do have, let's see, I do have some little tiny yellow centers or pink centers. What is this one? This is Dots for Days. That's a fun name, hey? Dots for Days. Okay. Yeah, we're going to use these. We're going to use these because they stick out and they're fun. So I think, I might go with the pink. Let's see. Just because we got pink on our papers. Okay, there's the pink. I just want to see what the yellow looks like. The yellow might be too, not bad. I'll mix it up. I'll do pink and yellow. We'll mix it up today. We're going to put a big pink one or a big yellow one. We'll go in the center of here, like that. And then we'll do a little pink and a little yellow down here. Okay. All right, there is our first card. There it is. This is the best place to be. Oh, thank you guys. So this is 5 factor, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 strips of scraps. We've got 3 as our little focal pieces, and then we have got 1 greeting, and of course a little sprinkle of flowers, sequins, embellishments, whatever it is you may want to be. Okay, to be. Love it. Okay, are we ready for another sample? We are going to do a few of these layouts. Okay, first a little sip. I'm getting used to the taste of turmeric. It's taken a little bit, but now I am quite used to it. Okay, we're gonna go again, white card base. And this time we are going to add a little bit of a layer in here. Okay, so we're still going to do a backdrop, but we're going to add a blue layer. I think, yes, this one, I think I do want to do this. Okay, this is going to be, yeah, I got a plan. I got a plan. It's coming. Here, we're going to do a little bit of a blue, just as a backdrop, okay? So you can switch out your backdrops. You can switch them out to different colors. Instead of scrap pieces of designer series paper, perhaps you have some leftover texture, right? In here, I had a scrap of a texture in pink. This is a pool part or bubble bath. For this one, I'm going to bring out some scraps of white. So I have got a piece here that is our distress tile, and I am going to cut this one down. And let's see, we're going to go 2 3/4 like that. And we're going to do our 3/4 inch so that you can see how this is going to look. Okay, my noisy little cutter. Love this cutter though. I wish that they would bring this cutter back. Maybe they will one day. This has been perfect for making your scrappy cards. You're cutting up your little pieces that you have laying left on your desktop. Okay. Now, this time, we're going to use a little bit of distressed white. 5 pieces, right? Can you see now? And again, we're going to mix it up again with another look after this card. But we are going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Now, let's get crazy, shall we? It is a Friday morning. Let's get crazy and let's offset them a little bit. Let's put one up a little higher. Let's put one down a little bit. Keep one not quite as high. I know, this is crazy, right? We're getting wild now in the craft room as we tip it up and down here. Okay, I gotta move this one over a bit. See, this is why I always use liquid glue. So I got a little wiggle factor. Allows me to do a little bit of shimmy here. Okay. I know, crazy, right? Look at that. Okay. So now we just moved them up and down a little bit. Okay. We still have our 5 pieces. Are you ready for our 3? I'm excited about this one. There they are. They're beautiful. We have got making their debut here on our 5, 3, and 1 layout. I got to get all the pieces out. This is what I'm doing. What do you think it's going to be? Here we go. 1. Okay, we're going to put our first butterfly down, and we are going to do a little 3 factor with some butterflies. Now, I want to be able to have just the edges of these kind of curl up just slightly. So I'm gluing down near the center of the butterfly, but I'm going to let the tips of the butterfly just raise up a little bit. So let's go 1. Let's see if I can fit 3 on here. 1. Yes, I can. We're going to go 1 here. Just got to make sure I'm within the card. So there's 1. Okay. Hold on. Let's get these little guys. Now, the option could be, with our bees, we had 3 of the same size bee, right? That you could change with the meant to be new bundle. This is the Be Mine. This is with the punch. This guy's with the punch, and these little wings were with the meant to be. There's a bee bundle in the scrapbooking section brochure online. It's got the cutest little bees with amazing hexagon, like little huge honeycomb and all different shapes for cutting out photos. But you can also create bees that are smaller, one smaller and one larger. So if I had that stamp set, which now I have to get because I figured out the bees are different sizes, I would do like a mom and a dad and then a little baby bee. And that would be adorable. That could be a baby card, right? A mama and a dad and yes, a little baby bee. So I am going to put on this side my other 2 butterflies. So instead of doing the 3 factor with all of the same, which I could have done because I have 3 of the small ones, but I chose to switch it up a little bit, and I'm going to put this one. Oh, I want this one down here. 1, 2, maybe I'll put, nope, I want this one. Yep, I want this one down here, I think. And then this one is gonna go here. Yep, I want one of these ones up here. So instead, I'm switching it up and I'm doing 1 large, 2 small, because these are our beautiful butterflies. Again, we can't have them at the same angle, so they have to be slightly different. There. They are in the new mini catalog, so I'm using all sorts of new stuff and new papers. These are the bokeh papers, but I thought I would keep this one all the same colors. We've got gray in here for our little bodies. And then we're gonna do a greeting on it. And we are going to add, instead of little flowers, we're gonna use the Gorgeous in sequins that come in this butterfly suite. They're so pretty. And I know I have them around here. I just have to find them, but I know they are around. Okay. And there is our big body there. Okay. So this one has, it's more tone on tone with our blues, bringing in the grays, keeping it a little bit neutral, but so pretty because you added that texture in there. Isn't that awesome? Those look like die cut butterflies. Do you have a die cut machine thing? I do not have a die cut thing. Okay. Yes. So die cutting, your machine is going to bring you do the die cuts as well as the textures, which is amazing. Yeah. Watching Andrew Kay, and she said that the bee punch was the same size as the die. Was she right? No. She did not punch and compare. Have you? You know what, Kathy? I have got the dies here. We will hold them up to the bees and we'll see what the difference is. I believe one is slightly larger, one is slightly smaller. Because there's 2 different sizes in that bee bundle, the meant to be bundle. Okay, so let's find our gorgeous sequins. I know I forgot them. Where are you? Okay, they are around somewhere. They are. There they are. Okay, so these are the sequins. Look at that. This is going to just sparkle up. So we've got our 5, we've got our 3. We have to do a greeting yet, and I'm going to do a little happy birthday greeting. We're going to put it right here, or maybe I'll do just a little tiny one just so we don't cover up too much. Let's see. And I think we'll do it in just our black ink so we don't take away from anything. And I will grab, let's have a look here. I'm going to do a small greeting instead. We're going to do a little happy birthday. I think this will fit in here. Yes, it will. So this is a celebration freebie that we've got. And the original card that I saw had 3 party hats on it. So it had 3 party hats with a little tiny sequence, like a little pom-pom on top. So it had 3 strips of fun paper, or 5 strips of fun paper. Then it had 3 party hats across it, which I think is, it looked really, really cool. I'll have to find it, and I'll have to see if I can do a little case that one, and I will add that in so you can see what the party hats look like. Okay, I'm gonna add this happy birthday. Let's see, do a little stamping on. So this little die cut shape is also in with the butterflies, and I think a small one is better for this because then it doesn't cover up our butterfly, and we could put it up here, or we could put it down here so that it doesn't cover up at all. Let's do that. And then we're gonna add some pretty sequins to it. And the sequins are just gonna make this nice and sparkly. And it's gonna definitely add a little life to these butterflies. Okay, so let's do this here, like that, off to the side. And then let's bring in our sequence, and we're gonna do a few here. We're gonna scatter them here, there, and everywhere because we can. Okay, let's get out. I take my pick tool, and we're gonna use that to pick up the sequence. It's a little much easier, and I'm gonna use a variety. There is quite a few. They're like iridescent. So we're gonna put, there's circular ones. Let's put that one down there. They're these kind of little ones that have a cool little spirally edge to them. There's little tiny berry ones. What else have we got in here? We've got smaller little spiral ones. These little spiral ones, like, look at how they pick up all of the colors that you're working with. So we're gonna go like this. Okay, and then let's, oh, I know what else is in here. These pink little fancy, like, little ones that stand out, and again they have some reflection in it. Let's see, let's add another one of these up here, that way a bit. I'm going to do another little pink one, not so little. We'll do a larger one down here, like that. See how this makes it come to life for sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I do like to go in again some uneven. I'm going to add a couple more because they're sequins, and like we've got a zillion of them here, so why not add a little extra bling. I'm going to put this one here, and I want to do another little tiny pink one. So the pink one is kind of like an iridescent-y pink, kind of like a freesia color, but it's clear, and look at that. So then we've got some sparkle in there. We could always add, of course, some Wink of Stella, because we love that, to our little bodies. Just makes them sparkle like crazy. Like that. Love it. Okay. All right. So there is our butterflies. The color of the butterflies are Misty Moonlight. I know, it's a cool color. It's a gray blue, but I thought it played really well with just kind of keeping it neutral and a little tone on tone with the blues. So there is our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And we've got our 3 factor and then our 1 greeting. So 5, 3, and 1. Okay, so there's a little 5, 3, and 1 in butterflies. Let's do one more, shall we? let's see what else I've got in my scraps. I've got actually enough for 2 more. We'll see how quick I can get them done. I think this next one, we are going to jazz it up with different colors. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I will reverse and we'll do another color on the other side. Let's do it. So this again, this is the bokeh paper. This actually comes in the butterfly suite, but I'm going to use it with some tropical flowers that I had left over. Oh, that's not going to cut perfectly. It's too thick. So let's just, there, 1. Sorry, I feel like I need to do a little, I don't know, WD-40 or something on this cutter. It's an oldie, but it's a goodie. Okay. And then let's take a little blue. This is going to be tropical and bright, this next one. So we're going to really punch some color. I'm going to bring in the blue twice because I think it is more of a neutral color compared to the other brights. And we're going to do the card maybe in another direction. What? We got to try them all out, all of our options, right? Okay, 1, 2, and I can do these ones together. And so we still have our 1/4 of an inch by 2 3/4. And I mean, you do not have to stick to that measurement. I'm just showing you a really quick and easy way to do that factor of just 5 pieces of scraps, 3 fun things to kind of spotlight. And I'm going to show you what I'm going to put on here. And then you guys are going to make the call on the texture or no texture. Okay? So get ready to make a big decision here. Big decision. I'm going to put a blue one here. I'm going to flip this one and put this blue here. It's got slightly different. Okay, so there is our pattern paper. Okay, so we've got lots of bright bold, and you can see the fun of the bokeh. It really picks it up actually with the light, that little subtlety. Now we have the option of keeping it like that. You want to see what's going to go on it. This might help with your choice on the texture. So we've got some beautiful flowers that we are going to scatter across this one like this. 1, 2, and I feel like I need a little tiny baby one instead. I think I've got a baby one. But the question is, I will get another flower out. Do we keep it just on the white background, or do we bring in our Happy Hibiscus embossing folder and add it onto there and then here? You know what I mean? I think we add a little extra texture. Yeah, I think so. Let's do it. Okay. So let's add a little extra texture. Just because, again, I had this piece and it is just sitting there. And it was just saying to me, put me on a card. I'm so pretty. Okay, 1, 2, maybe. Oh yeah. I think this is a rotate moment here where we are going to put it this direction. Texture for sure. Embossing layer, background. Like the embossing folder. I know, it's so pretty. Okay, texture. We're all on the same page. It is a beautiful embossing powder and, embossing folder. And it comes with the bundle. So you get the stamps, you get the dies. Ooh, I want the bokeh side. And you get the texture. And it can cut some of the, all of the flowers out and texture them at the same time. That's pretty cool. So I did a live using all of those goodies just the other day, and I'm going to be posting, I posted one of the photos. I'm going to be posting the other ones of the stepped up ones that we did. It was on Sunday. because we did a little step up. And I will be posting the rest of those photos. Maybe I'll do that today so you can check them out. Okay, so now we're going this direction. We're going to keep it like that. Love it. On the textured background, it's almost like these pieces of paper are floating because they're raised up a little bit from the texture. I like that. That was a good choice. Thank you. Okay, we're going to do a little 1. We're going to do a little 2. And I do have some little, let's see. Again, these are all left over. Nope, I like the berry. Nope, I like the yellow. So far, I like it. I like the yellow and I like the berry. I feel like I need either a baby one. I have, look at all these I've got. I've got a lot of these. And I might do a berry in the coral, or a little baby one in the coral. So we might do just a little one like that. I think that is pretty. Okay. So we've got our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got our 1, 2, 3. I like that. This is going to leave a little area for us for a greeting. And we got some happy hibiscus. That is what these products are called, happy hibiscus. And hibiscus can come in so many colors. So it's so fun to stamp and create the flowers because I saw many, many versions. When we were in Hawaii, there were so many beautiful colors. Okay, we're going to go 1. We're going to keep this one flat. A simple stepped up look. Exactly. So texture is always an amazing way to just step your cards up just a little bit. It goes from, I mean, this one, I love it that it doesn't have the texture in the background because we did our little trails for the bees, right? And I do love the look of those little trails for the bees because it just makes like the bees are moving around, having some fun. Okay, we're gonna go there. All right, so there is our flowers so far. Now I'm gonna add our greeting, and on this one there was something that was really a pretty greeting. Let's see, do I want a circle? Do I want that color? Do I want this color? I kind of like this color. I'm wondering if I can do a little tuck in behind. Put this to the side. Yeah, there's a beautiful greeting in this one, and it is, "You make me smile." I just love that greeting because you can give that card to anyone and it makes them smile when they read that, right? It really does. If you want to put someone in a great mood, this is the type of greeting you want to put on a card, a just because card. Okay, I think we're going to go this color. And again, I'm just going to stick to the black. And we're going to do a "You Make Me Smile" on this cute little die cut. This is one that is in the Happy Hibiscus bundle. Has the little edging on it. It also has a circle, which I debated. On doing the circle as something different, but I do like the one that goes across, and we're going to tuck this flower. So I think that works. We're going to tuck it right there. Maybe we'll go this way and we'll tuck it this way. Yep, that works for me. Or here. Here. I feel like I want to move this down so that I can maybe, let's see, I'm going to put this on first, I think. And that way I can tuck this. I don't want to cover up my flowers. See what I'm doing here? I'm going to bring that there so that I can still see the flowers, and I'm going to tuck this greeting underneath the flower. because I think I want to see that. And then I'm going to put this over top of the greeting on the other side. Okay. So let's see. Let's put this here. I'm loving playing the greetings on the edge a little bit. Okay, we're going to go like that. Okay. Now, like, you can still see a little bit of the blue. That works for me. And then I'm going to put this one right here, like that. There. Okay. So there is our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, our 1, 2, 3, and 1, our 5, 3, 1. Now, we need a little tiny bit out. Circle takes away from the flowers. I agree. Simple stepped up look. Okay, so now we're going to add, here we added our sequins. Here we added our flowers. With the Happy Hibiscus, I mean, there's all sorts of amazing little things here. One of them is little tiny flowers. So I think I could go flowers or I could go leaves. Okay, we could go leaves. Let's see. You're going to let me know what you think. We could go leaves. Leaves might be nice. We could do leaves and a couple little flowers. We're really stepping this one up, aren't we? Okay, let's tuck that under there. Yeah, I think I like the greenery a little bit. Greenery, yes. Yes, okay. Let's see. Let's tuck a little flower here. It's kind of nice to play a little bit of greenery in there too, right? 1, 2, 3. And leaves. Okay, we'll do some leaves. I'm just going to do maybe 3 leaves on here. Okay, 3 flowers and 3 leaves. It'll add a little bit of green. We'll do a couple green, 1 yellowish color. Okay, so let's tuck this one under here, like that. We'll break it out of the texture box there. And then let's do another, do I have another green? I don't. So we'll do one on this flower. Little green one. We'll tuck it down here like this. And then we'll do a little yellow one over here, underneath here. I'm going to take that off, tuck it under there like that. Okay. All right. So now we've got a few leaves there, and these seem to work for this too. So let's do it. We're just going to add, I'm going to do something a little neutral actually. I'm just going to add 3, and I'm going to bring in a gold instead. I happen to have these are low profile, and we're just going to go 1, and we're going to go 2, and I'm going to do 1 over here like that. Okay, so there is our 5 strips, our 3 flowers. We added our leaves, they're attached, and then our 1 greeting. So 5, 3, 1. Okay, how are we doing? Whew. Do we have time for 1 more? Oh, the brass butterflies. I do have those. That would have looked amazing on there too. You're right, the brass butterflies. See, I forget about these type of things. Yes, they would be fabulous. Okay, I'll have to remember that next time I do the flowers. Maybe I'll do it with the next one, which is going to be, are you ready for it? We got some Toadstool papers here, and I'm going to use this piece for our strips. Okay, we're gonna have some fun punching here, and we're gonna make some toadstools. So you know what, Erin, I think I'm going to get out the butterflies to go with the toadstools. I think it needs to be done. Okay, so let's have 5 strips of this kind of wood grain. Okay, let's bring in a white backdrop and put our 5 pieces here. We've got 1, 2, 3. I know there's 5. I had 5. 1, 2, 3. They're over here. 1, 2, 3. Did I not? Oh no, I only cut 3 so far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm gonna just have a look and see. We're gonna go back to just no texture. We're gonna do our wood grain like that. And we're gonna make some cute little toadstools, okay? So I'm leaving my favorite to last. We're gonna bring in our little toadstool punch. And I'm gonna bring in the papers. I am just going to punch pieces of the toadstool out of the papers. That's all I'm gonna do. So we're gonna keep this really simple, using up your scraps. I'm gonna grab a piece of early espresso and I'm gonna create, so we've got our 5 strips of paper and the garden toadstool. I'm just gonna punch out some stems here. The garden toadstool is a freebie when for celebration when you do a $75 order. It's one of the options. I mean, we have quite a few. It is one of them. And you may think, I have 4. Why do you have 4 little stems for our toadstools? And I'll show you another little trick in a bit. Here, once I get all these lined up. I do like that so far. I need my toadstool. Oh yeah, this is going to be cute. So here is our little toadstool here. Okay. Let's see. I want a little bit of background noise. Like I want a little bit. I'm going to just, I think, take from another little, the Happy Hibiscus stamp set. And I'm going to use this little hash mark here because I want something in the backdrop. So I'm going to use that. And I'm just going to add a little bit of texture with that. So we're going to take these off. And I am thinking gray granite. I'm thinking gray granite. I want to keep the background fairly neutral. Okay, so let's stamp like that. Let's do just a little bit around here. Sorry to ask a silly question. I've never made a card before. What is the base size of the white paper base? There's never any bad or silly questions. It is 8.5 by 5.5. So 8.5 by 5.5, and just scored in the center or folded in the center at 4.25. And if when you get your standard cardstock pieces, basically you're cutting that piece in half, a piece of cardstock in half, to make 2 card bases. So you get 2 card bases, okay? That is so true. I love that saying. That's a great saying. The only silly question is the one not asked. I love that. Well said. Absolutely. Okay. So now what we're going to do, we're going to take our scraps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now we have kind of like a fun little, just a little background for around the edges. Okay, so let's do our 1. Let's do our 2. And let's do our 3. Now we have not, no, I want to keep them all straight for this one. I was going to say we haven't mixed them up and kind of gone crossed over. Why not? Let's do it for this one. It's our last card here. So let's do a little bit of a overlap and see how that goes. I didn't plan for my glue for that, but that's okay. Let's go like this, down here a little bit, and let's do this one here. Okay. They're like logs, right? They're not all going to be standing perfect. So let's mix it up. So there's our 5 pieces. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add some toadstools on here. So I'm going to add 1. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this one taller. Okay, so I'm actually adding 2 stems together. Okay, see that? 2 stems together to make a taller one. Okay, we're going to put that one there. You're going to see how we kind of cover that up in a little bit, and we're going to put one at that height maybe, and then we're going to put another little tiny one down here. Okay, all right, so let's pop up the tops of our toadstools, and we will put down flat this. So let's go 1 like that. Let's go 2. Oh, this is going to be so cute. So cute. And let's go 1 over here. Okay, so now we've got our 3 little bases. We have to do our little toadstool tops, and for that I am just going to bring in the punch, and I'm just going to pick some papers for the tops of them. So I think we're going to do one that's kind of fun. You do one in this pattern. Let's do one in this pattern, and let's see what other patterns I have. 1, 2, 3. Oh, there's another one in here. Oh, we could do stripey. There's that one. We also have a stripe. So these are all the fun different patterns that are in the papers. And there's also, I mean, cute little graphics too. But for this sort of punching fun, you want to use the opposite sides that have all the wild patterns. So I think I'm going to go for, I'm just going to punch out. We're going to play. I'm going to punch out, and we'll see which ones we like better, because there's a polka dot on the other side. So let's go like that, and stripes in the other direction too. Okay. And let's do one of each of this. Let's do one of each of this. And one of each of this wild one. Okay. So now we have some options. Okay. So we could, all right, we got a big, huge one. I mean, we could do a big pattern like that, or I don't know. I think I kind of like the wild pattern, or do we want not so wild? Let's see. We're gonna also, let's see if I can lift this up like that. Okay, so we've got one. I like this one over here because it stands on its own. It's so bright. So I think that's a good one for over there. And then we just have to decide which one is going to go down. Maybe some little tiny cute dots like that. What do we think? 1, 2, 3. That's kind of sweet. The stripe one didn't make the cut. Here, let's see if I've got a stripe on this side. No, I like the kind of bold ones. Yeah, we're going to go with that. Okay. So you can with these, I mean, you can tuck them underneath because when they stamp, as you can see, they have this detail here. If you were to stamp and punch them out, they have this detail, and I can show you. I mean, this is my card club for February, and I've already made cards with it, so I can show you what these look like stamped. But I think that because we don't have those marks, we could put them over top like that. So let's pop them up, and then we're going to do some greetings. Okay, try the stripes. I like all three. Okay, so let's see. We're going to go, I think this bold one is fun for a little tiny mushroom, little toadstool. Let's go like that. And we'll go like so. And then I think this one on here like this. Oh, that's right. Erin, that's right. I have met, or I have chatted with Loretta. I forgot that you guys, we were talking about that we forgot that you guys knew each other. See, you just never know who's going to be here. It's so awesome. Okay, let's go this one right here like that. Overlapping. Cute. Okay. All right, so I like those like that. Now, I want to do a greeting, and we're going to put it to one side here. Let's see, I did pop out. I had all my little pieces, and I do have the perfect size for the greeting. Let's see here. I know I have some of these left. There it is. We're going to do this one across. Or do I want to do the, I kind of like the You Are Magical. I kind of like that greeting, actually. So let's do the You Are Magical. And I think I had one. We're going to do the You Are Magical. Let's see. And I'm going to bring in, these are the embellishments, the brass butterflies we were talking about. And I think these will be perfect to put with the toadstools. Look at those. They're going to fly around on there. I think that's going to be so cute. And we're going to take, let's see. Here it is here. I knew I had one already stamped out. So here is a You Are Magical. And I'm going to use this one because I've already got it stamped and ready. And you know how I was talking about we did double up on the stem? So now what I can do is I can put this over top of where that little double up is so that you don't notice it. Just like that. Okay. And we're going to pop that greeting out, but it hides the spot where those two join, so you don't see it. And then you have a larger stem. So if you're just punching and you're doing quick little toadstools with all sorts of fun pattern papers, like see if you have any fun red pattern paper, but kind of neutral pattern papers left over from Christmas, I think those would look adorable. But, or you can stamp this one, which makes it larger, and you just have to fussy cut that out, which is a quick fussy cut. It doesn't take much to do. Okay, so there is our You Are Magical. There is the cute little mushrooms. They look like magic mushrooms. Oh my goodness. And I'm going to add some little butterflies. So we're going to add these. And they're going to be flying around, all around here like this. 1, 2, and 3. Especially when you add the You Are Magical. Oh my goodness. 1, 2, 3. Let's do a couple more. Put one there and another big one right here. I think that's cute. Okay. All right, so there is our little toadstools. We did it slightly different. We still have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? We still have the 5 and we still have the 3, and we still have the 1. So today was all about taking scraps, using a little 5-3-1 layout. So we've got 5 strips of paper on every single one. That's pretty good. We got 4 of them done. I'm impressed. Thank you guys for all your help today. So we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strips. We've got 3 bees, and we've got 1 greeting. 5 textured strips that we went a little crazy. We offset them a little bit. 3 butterflies, changed up the sizes a little bit, and our 1 greeting. We got flowers for a sprinkle. Sprinkles here for our sprinkle, our sequence. And then we went this direction. We went different colors. We added some texture in the background just to step it up a little bit, where here the strips were textured. And then we added our 3 flowers with our leaves and our 1 greeting. Here we went on the angle, right? And we did 5 of the same. This is like a wood grain. I love this. And then 3 little toadstools and 1 greeting. I do like the little hashes in the background. And then we have got those cute little butterflies. Adorable. So a couple questions that came up, all so clever. Oh, thank you guys. I'm so glad that you like them. And I hope you try this layout out. So when you do, please post it in the comments so that other people can check out different versions of this easy layout. Now, before we go, I do want to just have a look, and I have the dies meant to be. Kathy, your question was about the size of the bees. So this is the meant to be die set. And I had thought about actually playing on the 3 factor of doing 3 hexagons, but instead I like the bees. Okay, so let me just see. So this is the actual set here. So this is the punched bee. This is the die cut. So you can see that the die cut bee is going to end up being there's a lot of bees in there, going to be larger than the punched out bee. If you're following along here. And then you can see that this one, when it's cut, is going to end up smaller than the punched out bee. Okay, so they are slightly different sizes. So this one would cut, about this, maybe 1/8 of an inch all the way around, smaller. And this one's probably just over 1/8 of an inch, maybe a little bit more than that, larger. Okay, so Kathy, if you're still watching, and then the dies have the 2 sets of wings. That's why they have the 2 sets of wings, because the larger wings would go with the larger bee, and then these are the little tiny wings, and I combine them with the punch, but they would go with the little tiny one too. Okay. All right, so there is definitely, a difference in the size. So you would end up with, if you had the die cuts and you had the punch, you would end up with, like a small, medium, and large bee. Okay, adorable. Kathy gives a new, too magical. My goodness. What did we start today? Let's not spread rumors, people. Okay. But yes, I hope that answered your question, Kathy, and you could see the different sizes there. Yeah, so they are slightly different, right? Have a die cutter machine. Yes, it does take it to a new step. But having said that, we have done, if you go back and watch Stepped Up Design, this is for Catherine. I mean, you can make beautiful cards with just stamp, inks, and paper without any texture. You want to add some texture, you rip some paper rather than running it through a texture, right? So you can do a lot with, before you take that step on actually getting into the texturing and the die cutting. There is a lot that you can do. Okay, you just have to do a little bit more fussy cutting, right? Okay, a whole new world. Yes, a good time. Yes. So if that's it. I don't know where you are, Catherine. If you are within Canada, yeah, you can contact me because there is a great, there's a great starter kit right now that you could, you could stick a die cut machine in it, right? And you would get it for $135 without tax. Because they've extended and you get the $206 worth of products. I'm going to just switch it over here. Because you get the $206 worth of product, if you choose the extra product for celebration, for the join, you could actually stick a cut and emboss machine into your starter kit during celebration, which is amazing. So yeah, you're in Canada. You could join our little Stamp It Canadian team for sure. And you could get that die cut machine for cheap. And perhaps some textures to go with it. All right, everyone. Thank you guys so much for joining me for our little cuppa. I still have to finish my turmeric and cinnamon here. My little cuppa, we did some creating, didn't we? And oh my goodness, there was connections. You just never know. It's a cuppa, it is a create, and it is a connect. There was some connections in the comment, which is always amazing. I love to see that. Thank you all for joining me. And like I said, I hope you give this really quick and easy layout a try. Use up your scraps. Make them into beautiful, beautiful cards. Where you are, where it's cold and snowy, today is the perfect day to get down in your craft room and use up those scraps. Give it a try. Okay? I'd love to see what you do. All right, take care, everyone. You know where you are. If you have, where I am, if you have any questions, you can always reach out, and I will see you next time. Let's see here. We're Friday. We will see you on Sunday morning. Sunday morning step up. Okay. Till then, get crafty. Have some fun. Have a good weekend. Bye for now.